Hello everyone, Trophy Wine Hunter. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm doing a review of the 2017 Prima Pietra. So this is owned by Castiglion Del Bosco, which is a Brunello producer. And this is their Super Tuscan or IGT wine. So it is a beautiful property, I guess high up in the coastal mountains of Tuscany. And it's about 450 meters above sea level. It's in total about 200 hectares, of which only 11 are planted with grapes. The composition of the vineyard is 50% Merlot, 30% Cabernet Sauvignon, 10% Cabernet Franc, and 10% Petit Verdot. And I don't have any kind of data on the actual blend in the wine, but I assume it's fairly similar to that. 14% alcohol, and about between 30 to 40,000 bottles are produced each year. The wine is aged 18 months in oak, 50% of which is new. For the first 10 months, the aging is done by grape varietal, and then the last 8 months, it's actually blended together. So this winery is actually purchased by Salvatore Ferragamo's son Massimo in 2002. It took them a couple of years for the vineyard to kind of mature. So their first vintage wasn't until 2007, but thereafter got very high ratings from wine critics like James Suckling, who loved this wine, gave a lot of high ratings for this wine. And I can understand why. It's a very fruit-forward wine, hedonistic, in the style actually of American wines. I had the pleasure of meeting Massimo in Vancouver. Seemed like a very nice Italian gentleman, and so very polite, obviously well dressed. And the other interesting thing is the Ferragamo family, I guess, so creative with their clothing, also are creative with their wines. The other son of Salvatore Ferragamo also owns another winery called Il Boro, which personally I prefer a little bit more to Castiglion Del Bosco. I think their wines are a bit more at least suited to my taste preference, but to me a little bit more elegant in terms of stylistically. So let's taste this wine. I have had it open for now about a little bit over a day. I had it with dinner with steak, which was a very nice pairing. Comes right out of the bottle. I didn't decant at the restaurant. Nice, lots of fruit, little bit of licorice on the aftertaste, a little bit short on the aftertaste, but good, decent wine. So let's, now this is overnight. Put it back in the fridge. Now I've taken it out again. So this is well aired, and I did have a bit with my lunch. Now it's later on in the afternoon. So it's almost been a full day. So definitely it's aired out by now. So on the smell, lots of red cherry licorice. You can smell the alcohol on this. Yeah, it's maybe a little bit of floral elements to this, almost like lavender. But very dark fruit in this. I would almost describe this as almost brooding in terms of the kind of the feeling it gives me. It is a very new worldy type wine, I would say. Lots of fruit. I picked up plums and a lot more dark fruit. I'm seeing a little bit of tanginess now, like almost like red currants, maybe cranberries, but black plums definitely, a little bit of licorice. The oak is prevalent. But a lot of fruitiness on this wine, a lot of dark fruit, obviously. I don't think the tannins are that high. It's kind of a very soft type wine. The aftertaste is a bit short on this wine. But it is a very nice drinking wine. I wouldn't say overly complex. I wouldn't put it in the, higher end super Tuscan wines like Flaccinello or Tignanello or Sassicaia, that type of thing. But more like the IGT wines. And it's priced in the about probably just close to $100, plus or minus depending on your market. I think it's the right price of this. This is not a really, really high-end super Tuscan, but it drinks quite nicely and it's quite pleasant. I think it will go very, very well with meats, particularly steak. Yeah, lots of dark fruit, almost purplish. There's licorice on this, definitely. And again, personally, I don't like licorice. That's why I can tell there's licorice on this. But I mean, some people like that. This is a licoricey wine on the aftertaste. In terms of the balance, the mid palate is okay, but I find it a little bit light for this type of super Tuscan blend. It should be a little bit heavier, in my opinion. This is going to drink well right now. I think for the next 5 years, my rating of this wine is going to be, I'm going to give it 89 points. Hope you've enjoyed this tasting. Until next time, happy drinking.